Good morning and welcome to DBS This Morning. I am so excited this morning. You see where you caught us. You caught us on a heritage site. So we've got some features from this morning. We also caught up with Treasure Actil. Miss District High is back again for the second year. And we also have our headline news. So let's kick off right away with the headlines. Here's Kendall.
Good morning. The St. Lucia National Youth Council, the NYC, continues to express concern over the number of young people being arrested for illegal firearm and ammunition possession and who are also involved in gun violence.
Gun violence and continued proliferation of illegal firearms on our streets is concerning. But it's even more concerning now that we are seeing our young students involved, and leaves us to beg the question as to where they are coming from. Who are the individuals recruiting our young men and why?
2 juveniles were arrested and charged for illegal weapon and ammunition possession recently. An update on a story we brought to you last week. A 47-year-old Erica Franklin, who had been in a coma after being struck by a minibus a short distance from her Darling Road home on Sunday, April 30th, has passed away. She died about 4 a.m. on Sunday. The traffic department is still investigating that original incident. The Taiwanese embassy in St. Lucia donated a shipment of table tennis equipment to the local Ministry of Youth and Sport recently on behalf of a group of Taiwanese residing in the United States.
They bring to us over 1,080 table tennis, 50 nets, and 60 rackets. Along with the table tennis tables that we provided last time, I believe this could help promising athletes and teenagers to uncover their potential. The Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan, has been working with Honorable Minister Kansen Kasmi and the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports closely to support its national development agenda. Last September, 30 footballs and crosses from Taiwanese Football Association were donated to the ministry. This February, 7 boxes of footballs from Simply Help, a charity foundation established by Taiwanese American, arrived with the 2 table tennis tables. Today, we once again observe the generosity and benevolence from Taiwanese people and overseas Taiwanese. Their kindness, compassion, neighborhood, big and small acts of generosity is a solid demonstration to the staunch friendship between Taiwan and St. Lucia.
The equipment was received by Minister for Sports, Kansen Kasmi, who expressed his gratitude and hopes that the gear would help local athletes to continue to excel in the sport. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs recently conducted its biennial work plan review in order to set priorities in place and map out the way forward. One of the priorities coming out of that review is universal health care.
So we've reviewed a number of our programs and we are working closely with PAHO to ensure we get the necessary support, both technical, equipment, supplies, medication, with our various program heads. So our various program heads are here today as well, and we are really taking an intricate view of where we are so that we can work to improve healthcare in the coming years.
The newly installed PAHO WHO representative for Barbados and the region was also in attendance at that function. Those are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thank you, Kendall. We take a break and we will be right back with our first feature. And like I mentioned, guys, we are here. I'm not sure if Javon can get this. See where I'm standing? We're here at the current heritage site and wellness, and we got a lovely walkthrough of the property this morning. And they also have an event that is coming up. Let's take some insight from this. This is breathtaking. It's beautiful. So we're here at the current estate heritage and wellness. There's some wellness attached to it as well. And I'm here with Althea. Althea is the owner of the place, and Beverly is also here, who is also a member of the facility. And we're going to do a quick walkthrough, but first we'd like to find out a little bit about this estate. Althea, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. Have you been taking in the jazz?
Oh, absolutely.
You look all jazzy today, and I
Yes,
love it.
yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And an African as well. You know, well, we have an Afrobeats night. I mean,
Yes,
world beats and Afrobeats.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the estate. I mean, I pass here sometimes, and I just saw this.
Yes.
You know, and then I see things started to go up, and I started to block off areas. Tell us what's happening here.
Well, Corinth Estate is an estate that was established in the 1700s, and it was an old sugar mill originally. And so since we have the sugar mill intact, we decided to rehabilitate the site. And so we have cleaned up the machinery, we have restored the sugar mill building itself. And what we did is that we did some research on the history of the owners. And through the history of the owners, we were able to tell the story of Corinth Estate. We also have an interpretation section which tells about the colonial history of St. Lucia. And so we are hoping that this will be a venue where people can come and learn about the history of that period and enjoy the settings.
Wow. I am told that there's a little museum attached to the whole thing because it's about collecting a lot of the artifacts which represents a lot of what happened here. Tell me about that.
Well, when I came here and I was cleaning up the estate, obviously I found a lot of the original cast iron artifacts. I did some research on how cast iron is made.
Right.
And so the same metal that enslaved us in shackles also freed us because they used that same metal to create the sugar mill equipment. And so this estate is like an evolution from slavery to the Industrial Revolution.
Wow. Wow, I am now excited. I want to take a tour because we are going to be talking about an event. You're going to be putting on an event right here.
Yes.
And this seems like this is a perfect thing and an exciting thing. But I want to get a little sense. I want to do a little walkthrough to get a little sense of the place. Bev, you want to...
Well, for me, I am the event coordinator. So what we'll do, we'll walk through and another backdrop. You know, we have backdrops to offer. So
wonderful.
We're going to talk about the event. So in the meantime, we can walk up to the sugar mill, the old sugar mill.
Right, but this just to note, this is going to be the venue for the event.
It's called Ma Bweelzfit d'Afrique.
Ooh, Ma Bweelzfit d'Afrique. I got it.
Right.
Absolutely.
This is where it's going to be hosted, and this is the area, the setting for the event will be right here. The chairs, the lights, the camera, the stage, and a 40-feet runway. So you're going to be hearing more about this while we get up to the sugar mill.
I'm interested. I would like to get a look at the sugar mill. Absolutely. Can we?
Of course.
Wow. This is a beautiful place.
A nice aisle for a bride too, right?
I know, right? Very different, very calming, very relaxing.
So this is the plantation bell that every plantation had. This was the bell that was rung in the morning to wake up the workers, the slaves, and the bell that told them when to eat, when to sleep. This particular bell is actually dated from 1746 and of course is made in cast iron. Wow. But it is a very powerful part of the plantation experience, and it's something that's very little spoken about.
Yeah, how they woke up. Ding.
Ding.
Oh, they're still part of the Catholic Church, I must tell you guys. You ring bells, and I love it. Absolutely love it. What about, these are all cast iron stuff, innit?
Yep. And this area here used to be the area where the barn used to be located, because actually the main road that runs through here, Corinth Estate, is the original estate road.
Right.
And so the cows, the horses, the sheep, the goats used to be kept in this area here.
Wow.
And so this is why I use the wheels of an old, because it's the sort of thing that they would have used in that time.
Yes, the cart.
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Lovely. This is nice. Right.
Inside the mill.
Where we are actually inside of the enclosed mill structure.
Yes.
So talk to us about what we can witness in here, because there's a lot going on.
Yes, this is supposed to be the interpretation center. And so on one wall, the introductory wall, is the history of St. Lucia during that colonial period from about 1776 to about 1930. And so I take you through the process of what happened, what the laws were like, what things that St. Lucia produced. I mean, for example, there was an interesting statistic that in 1826, we exported 9 million pounds of sugar from St. Lucia.
Wow.
And so until you introduced to that kind of information, you don't understand the extent and how incredible that period was.
Wow. So, no, I see one that entices me there. The sexual relations, marriage, and progeny. Tell me about that.
Okay, so there was a law in St. Lucia called the Code Noir, which means the Black Code. It was introduced by the French colonials, and it dealt with every aspect of the life of the black people who lived here during that period. And one part of the code deals with the control over who can get married, who is legitimate and illegitimate, and on what terms and conditions men and women could live together.
Wow. Woo.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That is a lot. Wow. Okay. And we're moving along because there's a lot.
So after the wall of the history of St. Lucia, the general summary history of St. Lucia during the colonial period, we then moved to one of the families that owned Corinth Estate during the colonial period. And this is the Peter family. Unfortunately for us, the Peter family had commissioned Mr. King to write a family history. So that document is actually in the archives, and so we have details on what happened during that period. So on this wall here, I've divided it into two aspects. On the one aspect, I did the research of how the sugar was actually processed through this mill. And one of the interesting things about this is that the company that made this mill is still in existence today. Oh. They continue to make sugar mills and other food processing equipment in the world, South Africa, Brazil, wherever sugar and other food things are processed. And so this is what that first half of the wall is. These are the pictures from 1969 of the structure, the plantation house, the sugar mill building, and the barn, which you saw the wheels with outside. And then on this half of the wall is the history of the Peter family. The Peter family is the family that the William Peter Boulevard in downtown Castries was named after.
Wow.
And in fact, the son, William Peter, was a very interesting man. He did a lot of wonderful things in St. Lucia. He was the one who introduced airmail service to St. Lucia. He was the one who brought coal storage ships to St. Lucia. He was the one who was very instrumental in the promotion of our coaling industry.
Wow.
So that history is all on that wall.
Right.
After they talk about the history of the Peter family, we move on to the next owners, who are my grandmother's family. So my grandmother bought the estate in 1948.
Wow.
She was also a businesswoman, and this was the building of the company that she owned before the fire. This is after the fire, and this is the building that you see on Jeremy Street that she rebuilt in 1952 or thereabouts.
Wow.
And so this side here is the history of my grandmother and her children.
Is that her?
This is her there.
Wow, she's gorgeous. Wow.
Yes.
And these are all kids, children, and grandchildren?
All of these are descendants from the same family on that side. And she was a very enterprising woman. Besides having a shop, she also owned a boat.
A boat, I'm just about to see that.
She used to ship dashing, yams, green figs, and so on between the islands.
Wow.
And this is in the 1940s.
Your mom was cool. Your mom was your mom was the plug. Wow.
And then my grandmother died in 1974. And so what happened is that the Corinth estate then moved to her descendants.
Right.
And my parents bought the shares of most of my mother's brothers and sisters of the estate. So presently, they own most of Corinth Estate.
Wow.
And so on this wall here, I give the history of the Valmont family and the Edwards family. And we were able to trace our family history back to 1865.
Wow. This is interesting stuff. Wow, that must have been really cool trying to...
Yes,
was it difficult to dig out this information?
It took a lot of time and information. I fortunately had a cousin who comes down here and spends a lot of time in the archives. Margot Thomas, Patrick Freeman.
Margot,
the
God bless
people in the
her.
archives department have been extremely helpful. Yes.
That's amazing stuff. I mean, there's so much documented here. And with the digging to get to here. So that would be interesting. So now having an event, let's talk a little bit about the event now.
As Alfia was saying, we've decided to have a jazz African, authentic African fashion show.
Nice.
Alfia had traveled to Africa, in the wilds of Africa, doing all the amazing thing that Africa has to. However, when she got back, she had her idea of having her event and got in touch with me. And I was elated to be part of this, because when I saw this place, I knew straight away it can work.
Right.
And we met and started instantly in the process. We actually got the name. I initially said, you know what, name the event La Vie Afrique, which would be Lifestyle of Africa.
Right.
So when I sent the info to her, she said, wait, let's do Ma Belle Vie d'Afrique, and tell her why you actually thought of that.
Why
Ma Belle Vie used to be my grandmother's nickname.
Ah, okay.
And so since she was the first family member who owned Corinth Estate, I think it was a nice way to acknowledge her and to give her credit where that is due.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So, Bev, when is the event is going to be? When it is scheduled for?
Well, we have two events on the 11th of May and on the 20th of May. We wanted to do a pre-jazz and after-jazz because we realized there would still be people on island still wanting something authentic to do and something of a different nature to do while they are still on island. So we are pushing it. The date is the 11th of May, the first one.
Is it going to be all daytime? What kind of?
The gates open from 12, show time from 2 p.m.
Right.
Reason being, we wanted to end at 6 to allow people wanting to go to the evening events an opportunity to have a 2-in-1 on that day.
Okay.
However, our event comprises of African authentic fashion.
Right.
With a haute couture segment from our local designer, Hira Nora.
Lovely.
She's a designer that have not been very exposed, but however is very creative. She has dramatic pieces, very skilled, very refined, but just have not gotten the opportunity to showcase.
Right.
So Alfia came up with her as our main designer for the night haute couture segment, and we are definitely looking forward to having Hira Nora display her pieces. We also have authentic Creole entertainment, dancers, drummers, and to tie in the African feel of what an event like that should be.
Right.
We are asking St. Lucians and everybody who's interested in this show to come, not just because it's a fashion show, because of the value and what we see it to be. It's authentic African wear with tying in the local entertainment to bring you a package in a location with this magnitude and this background and this history. Right. So I would like you guys out there to let you know that you can reach us at 718-7313
and 713-9933.
We also have an Instagram page, Corinth Estate Heritage and Health. That's our Instagram page. Our tickets are $120 EC, but however you can get 2 tickets for $200 with a $40 discount, $40 EC discount as well. Right. I am looking forward to this event. That's an early bird special, actually. And you know, Thursday coming is the event, which is the 11th of May, and the 20th, we actually introducing local artists, Ras Africa, and the Ken Hardy, along with our ultimate African fashion.
Wow.
So that's part 2. So part 2 has a little, we went up a little like notch, 10 notches, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
and it's the same price as well?
It's the same price, same price, but if you have an early bird segment, you get your $200 package, $40 EC discounted.
Wow, wonderful. Yes. And we can get the tickets by calling? By
calling, you can call us.
Or is there a venue or no?
We actually thought of a venue, but because of the late stage, and we tried to just keep it intimate. But on the other leg of the show, we will have tickets out.
But if someone missed that opportunity,
if you miss that, you pay at the gate.
Okay.
That's always welcome. And we are actually inviting you to know that you can get a park and ride.
Right.
We're going to park in the
Northern Electrical Car Park in front of Mitchell's Electrical Shop.
Yes, so the park and ride, you pay $2 in, $2 to go back. You have 2 shuttles awaiting to serve you to get to the property. Nice. And to make you comfortable and not worried of where am I going to park and is your vehicle safe and all of that. So we try to make it a little bit more comfortable for you.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, this sounds quite exciting, and I think, you know, we'll be honored to be back here for that event as well. I think it's got something really lovely and rich here. Yes. And thanks for the tour. We appreciate it.
So Mabel V. Daffwick, I'd like to say thank you to DBS for coming on board with us and sharing this is actually a special occasion for me and Alfie as well. It's the first event taking place after the property has been renovated and, you know, keeping it intact. You know, we try to save the history of this property. So I'm looking forward to seeing you St. Lucians come out, support, and you know it's going to be a blast. Don't miss it.
Second feature, back for the second year, the Miss District High pageant. Last year it was a bomb, and we caught up with Treasure Actil for this year's show.
So, St. Lucia, we have Miss District High 2023. We have 10 secondary schools present, or should I say, 8 participating schools and 2 wildcards. We have a vast range of dancers, singers, actresses, and instrumentalists. So hopefully on the 12th of August, we will show St. Lucia what time it is. So today it's all about branding. We want the ladies to know the types of branding, the characteristics of branding, and the benefits of branding. The workshop. So basically, I just want the ladies to give me an idea of what they think the concept of branding is and just what branding means to them. Because as an entity, if you're a public figure, you're already branded. It's called personal branding. So I'm going to make emphasis just on that type of branding today in this workshop. Because before they put themselves in the forefront of the populace, we want them to have a good account of who they are and what they stand for, because it has to be purposeful. So we have etiquette, decorum, health and beauty 4-in-1 workshop, and therefore the ladies will be staying tuned into the Queen's Forum. I'm not going to give too much information about that. Nice. So the pageants will be August 12th at the National Cultural Center, 4 p.m. And tickets will be sold out at all sale outlets. So that's the sale in Baywalk Mall, the sale in William Peter Boulevard, Bridge Street, Soufrière, and Clark Street, VA4.
I say, but there is a problem. 100, this is 75.
You know the problem for you.
Yes, but you have to bring a lot. But so what you're checking for people like me then?
I'm not checking for people like you.
So what you bring it, even if it's 2 you bring?
But I brought 3.
For big man?
No, that's for little man.
Yeah, little thing. Look, I want them thing to hold my wrist now.
But look in your wrist.
That one is nice, but you know.
Shabin, always on to fight, always on to fight, always on to be aggressive. One thing, when you bring it, nothing for that. Anyway guys, today we're going to show you how to get rid of the back area so the back can fit properly. So we're going to hit the upper body. So get your bottles of water, get your tins of milk, get your spoons, get your cup, whatever you're using, and let's get the workout done. Good morning. So remember, St. Lucia, we're going to give you 6 minutes of explosive upper body exercise. So you ready? Jasbo, put the sour soap down and let's get it done. Monkey, put the tire down. Let's get it done. All right. So the first exercise we're going to do standing scissors. Let's get it. Arms fully stretched out. Your feet body width, and let's go. 1, open. 2, you crying already? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, take your time, 8, 9, 10, let's go, 10, 9, 8, 7, engage your stomach, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Shake it out, 10 seconds rest. So the next exercise we're going to do shoulder upright row in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you bend your wrist. 5, 6, chest out, go in. 7, 8, 9, you're hitting your back lat area. 10, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh, I'm feeling the pressure in the neck. 3, feeling it. 2, and 1. Woo! Party cake, bake me a cake. How you feeling? You feeling all that in your neck area there? That's right. That's 2. Second exercise. The third exercise, you're going to put your hands on your hip and you're going to squeeze your back. Chest out. Squeeze. Squeeze. So while you squeeze in, push your chest out. Right? Chest out, squeeze. You can still let them see your back. Right. Squeeze. That's it. Squeeze your back, push your chest out. 8, 9, 5 more. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. How that feeling already? Yeah. So that's how to shape the back. Let the back area feel good. So now we're going to do prayer ups. You're going to clasp them like you're praying. Slide bending your knees, chest out, core in. So we're going to press and push over your head. And tie over your head, bring back down to your chest. 1. Breathe. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. How does that feel? Right. So we're going to do, you're going to hold your tins of milk or whatever, you're going to try to control it. So it will not make too much noise. You control it. You're going to close, chest press. 1, 2, feel the squeeze. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go, monkey, let's go. 7, I see you in the bed so early. 8, 9, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. How does that feel? All right. We're not done yet. We're still eating it. Wake up your husband if you're in the living room. Kick him out if he's disturbing you. No disturbances. We're getting fit and ripped even while trying. We're going to bend over back, flat chest out. We're going to go full extension. Stay like this. Stay like this. Full extension to the neck area. Go. Raise. Hammer raise. Hammer. Oh, hammer. Go. 2. Control. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go. 9. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. How that feeling, Momo? All right. Last but not least, you see you waking up, you're being disciplined, and you're getting that done. And some of you have jealous spouses home. When you tell them, go and cook the breakfast, what are we going to do to them morning? That's right, we're going to give them in the foot. So we're going to give them 1, 2, press. That's 1, let's go. 1, 2, sortilla. 3, let's go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, one more, 12. And when you're that big, tell them, baby, the microwave done, the food cook. The food cook, the workout done. So, all right, Sanusha, that was 6 minutes of easy, explosive exercises. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do, you pray. Second, you try to defecate, cleanse your stomach. Third, get popping. With Bweelzfit Lifestyle and DBS, good morning.
And I hope you found our show this morning as exciting as I told you it was, because it was exciting for me. And I hope that you're going to join us again tomorrow on DBS This Morning. Have a wonderful day.